So this is one of my extra chains. One of the ones I used when I was ripping the other day. It's sharp, ready to go. This is my favorite chain right here. We're going to put it on. And it needs some serious work on it right here. This is the one that I ran the hardest. Alright, we're going to work on these rakers on this thing too here. We'll mark these teeth here so that I'll know where I am. So I've showed this in 2 or 3 videos. These things right here in front of the teeth they're actually called rakers. Some people call them drags. My dad's always called them drags, rakers. What they do is they set the cutting depth on the cutter right here. As that tooth sharpens back, that tooth gets lower and lower as you sharpen it back. So you got to take those rakers down a little bit. They make gauges that you can lay on top of the tooth right there that will allow you to cut it down to where it needs to be. I do it completely by feel. I don't use a gauge or anything like that. I kind of know when it needs to be done. And right now it's when it needs to be done. I'd go 1 stroke is all I do. And just 1 good cut on it. Not hard pressure. I can tell by how the saw is pulling as to when it needs to be done. Alright, so that's it. That's the last one. There's my marked tooth right there. So these things set the depth, but one other thing they do, the reason why, like, some people call them drags, my dad calls them drags, I've called them drags, stuff like that. Drags, rakers, it doesn't freaking matter. The reason why people call them drags is because when this tooth right here cuts the chip out, when that chip slides off, that chip comes down just like this right here and hits this right here, and that's what pulls that tooth out from the cut right there. So that's the reason why some people call them drags. Let me flip this off. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to start with a marked tooth right there. Alright, so what happens if you cut these things down too low? What will happen is if the saw bite, and the saw can kill you then. It'll kick that saw into you, all kinds of different stuff. And it'll bite to the point where it won't even cut. It'll just load the saw, just bam, just load the saw up. In the event that happens, just file your teeth on back right there. So now we're going to file it now. So here's the files I use. Ferds. These are for the 3/8 chain. I'm running a full chisel. It's a 7/32 or a 5.5 millimeter. You'll know when it's time to change a file. That's what I use right there to file a chain with, and we'll show you. So here we go. I'm gonna run. I usually only run 3 strokes per tooth, but since I ripped with this one in that dirty wood, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it 4 this time. And The beauty of this right here, you can freehand them without this, but this right here keeps them from going down and cut, because you can actually cut into the straps of the chain right there if you're not careful, if you're freehanding it. So here we go. Alright, so that's it. That point right there is what starts that cut. You can feel it compared to the old one right there that hadn't been sharpened yet. Alright, so now we're going to do the other side. And we'll hit it 4 strokes also on this side too. Alright, that's it. There's my mark. This is a 24-inch bar is what this is. Non-skip, like I said, full chisel chain. Now we're going to snug it up real good and she'll be ready to rock and roll. I like them tight. I don't pull up on the chain because I cut both sides on top and bottom the same, so I mean it really doesn't matter. Pull up on it, pull the bar up. Fill it with gas and oil. out of that one. So I get asked a good bit about the gas that I run. What I do, I mix my own, and I get the highest octane non-ethanol that I can get at the pump, which is usually either 92 or 93 octane. And then I mix it with the Husqvarna, the synthetic mix is what I mix it with. And because I go through so much that getting the pre-mixed stuff is just not really feasible for me. This all slap out right here too. Okay. And I like these jugs right here too. I'm going to get Husqvarna to send me one of those nice gas oil jugs that automatically quits when it gets full. They're just not doing anything right now because of the virus and stuff. So this saw right here is ready to go. Right there. Ready to go cut a tree down. Cleaned up, chain sharpened, got the extra chain. Ready to rock and roll, man. So it's a beautiful day today here. We had some bad storms last night come through here. I don't think we got any bad hail right here at my house, but just north of where I live right here, they had some, there was reports of golf ball size hail. So I'm gonna, here in a little bit, I'm gonna be attaching back to the Rotobeck mini PC grapple, and we're gonna go do a tree job. It's a gigantic, big old dead field pine, and it died this past fall, and it's not everything's gone on it, all the needles are gone on it, so we're gonna take it down before it gets any worse. It's one of those that when it hits the ground, it's gonna be like a plate of glass busting everywhere. And I've been hired to take it down, and I'm gonna cut it up for the guy real quick, and we're gonna kind of move it around, stack some of it for him, and he's gonna take it from there. That's what he's gonna do. And you're going to get to see the mini PC grapple handle some great big old chunks. I mean, because this thing right here is, it's going to be more than 3 foot across the butt of it. Very, very large tree. So that's the deal. Me and Anna Kate did some fishing. Got some video footage from that y'all will see later. Not sure when, but we'll just go from there. Gonna be interesting though here over the next few weeks to kind of see how things go in the woods world. They've got us cut completely off at the paper mill this week. People talking about toilet paper and stuff like that. There's really no shortage. The only place there's a shortage of toilet paper is it being stocked actually on the shelves there, and people grabbing it up and hoarding it is what the problem is with that. So people can't exactly they can't grasp that and everything, so I'm not sure what the deal is. But anyhow, I'm gonna get this video ready to go real quick, and I had another one I was gonna post today, but when I got up this morning, I told y'all, I said I'm gonna do something different today, and I just wanted to mess with the saw here, sharpen it up because I needed to anyhow. And I'm gonna be loading up here probably a little after lunch, and heading on, because this sun's just done come up over the trees here, so it's still early this morning. So I'm about to go in here and get this video ready, cook me some breakfast, and all that good stuff. Gonna have me some bacon this morning. I fried some deer minute steaks last night for supper, and so that will be in addition to some of the bacon. Probably cook me some biscuits. And I forgot that my shoes I had on yesterday, that I got them wet. I waited out to check the turtle trap yesterday, and so I put them on this morning with my socks on, and so now my socks are wet. So that's how my day started off right quick this morning. So appreciate all y'all watching. Y'all have a great weekend. Springtime is here, full blown. You see our trees are almost leafed out. The hickories are, that's a hickory. It's a hickory on the other side, and that's a gum. Gums, oaks, leafed out. Oaks, gums there, all back through here. So yeah, man, it's done cut the yard one time. Anna Kay's gonna cut it again tomorrow, because it's ready to be cut. The real grass is fixing to start really coming on now, because Friday night's low was 70 degrees here. So when we start having those 70-degree nights, boy, it makes the grass grow. We've hit 90, right, 89, 90, 2 or 3 days in a row here. The spring is here, baby. The heat is here too. So we'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.
How y'all doing? Cottonwood here. So y'all hadn't seen me in a while. Y'all don't, the people who are new don't know who Cottonwood is. So I just, Cottonwood won't let Cottonwood out very much. I don't know, he thinks he got the corona or something. I don't freaking know. But let me tell y'all something. That dang Cottonwood, he's so daggum dumb. He knew good and well them shoes were wet this morning. He knew it. Well, he really didn't know it, but I knew it. I sat there and while I was on the bench, he got me down here to sharpen his dang saws. You hear me? He ain't sharpening no saw. He can't sharpen no saw. That fool can't even crank a saw. I had to crank it for him. But I watched him put them shoes on with the wettest socks too. Y'all have a good day. We'll catch y'all later, taters.